And when they hear Prince, they emotionally regulate.
Jesus.
It calmed it.
Can you sing it?
Oh, 7 and we'll watch them fall. Instead of way of loving, we will smoke them all with that intellect and the savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe will ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day, 07 will die.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back to the Almost Spicy podcast. My name is Francisco. I'm here with my co-host, Ben.
It is I once again.
Once again, we got a very special guest, as always. We're joined by, you're gonna have to introduce yourself, man. Howard.
Howie
Dotson.
to kids, Howard to adults.
There we go.
You said Howie to kids?
Yeah.
Howard to adults. Okay.
Howie
You could bring it up a little closer to
Howie sounds a little cold and formal to kids, so
Yeah. Howie does.
Howard does.
Howard does. Yeah.
Howie is a little more approachable.
Dude, yeah. I mean, if you want to give the people a overrun of who you are, what you do, what you represent.
Sure. I was born at HCMC.
Okay, shout out.
November 1970. My first years were at 26 in Irving, Northside for life. We
Amazing.
moved out to Osceola Maple Grove. That's where I graduated high school.
Mm.
3 days out of high school, I was active duty U.S. Army.
They recruited you right there in the cafeteria, or what?
I was doing basic training between my junior and senior in high school. My senior year in high school, I was recruiting for the Army. I went into the Army as a PF3. So
What does that mean?
Like private first class.
Mm.
Like the E's go enlisted versus, so there's enlisted, non-commissioned, and there's officers.
Yeah.
So I was an E3 going into active duty, and then I came back to North Hennepin. We call it North Harvard, where Jesse Ventura actually studied.
Oh shit!
And so,
You think he's gonna run again for governor? Guaranteed. You have it on good word that it's
after Roosevelt,
yeah.
and with everything, I mean the pillow guy,
The
Mike Liddell.
Yeah, he's crazy.
The pillow guy.
He's a crazy dude.
I told Jonathan in his Facebook Live, he's the Austin Powers mini-me to Trump. If he's a governor.
Oh God, yeah.
Oh my God. He was one of my buddies growing up in Chaska, his neighbor. So, and that's where like his headquarters and everything was in Chaska for My Pillow and everything else.
So a recovering crack addict.
Yep.
Who doesn't know how to have a legal folder. He's going into the White House showing his notes to the reporters.
Yeah.
Remember that? Yeah.
I mean,
Martial law question mark? Like that shit was crazy.
the incompetency and the yes men that are surrounding him right now.
Mhm.
Yeah.
It's
Can
very
you
alarming.
put
It's very alarming
There we go. Yeah.
to have the,
It can swing a little more.
the professionals.
Yeah.
So as a soldier,
Yeah.
Yes.
I take an oath to defend the U.S. Constitution from enemies, foreign and domestic.
And domestic. Thank you for your service and louder for the people in the back. Yeah. No.
We don't swear an oath to a person. It's the Constitution.
That's right.
And even a president can become an enemy of the Constitution when you don't think that the law applies to you.
Yeah.
Exactly.
He's a convicted felon. So the fact that we reelected him after the Access Hollywood tape,
Mm.
after 91 indictments, he's a golden calf. If you go to the Bible and look at the Old Testament and Moses and what happened when the Israelites chose a golden calf
Mm-hmm.
instead of the Ten Commandments,
What happened?
they had to spend 40 years in the wilderness
40.
and waiting for Joshua to take them to the promised land.
Mm.
The U.S. will go through 40 years of wilderness because we worship the golden calf.
You think it's too late already? Like we're gonna be in the wilderness for 40 years.
Yep. So China's ascending.
Mm.
The axis for World War III is already formed.
And let's just be clear, what is China doing? And people can hate on communism and all this, but like, they've reduced poverty like 100% basically. and homelessness.
China is ascending as an empire.
Yeah.
And so you think of like earthquakes,
People own their houses out there.
tectonic plates.
Relatively, yeah.
When China's ascending and the U.S. is descending,
Mm.
but Trump is living into Leave It to Beaver 1950s.
Yeah.
He's not willing to accept the fact that every empire comes to an end.
Yeah.
It's time to prepare for a transition so that we can embrace a commonwealth just like the Brits did.
Mm.
What's our biggest exports?
Weapons.
Technology.
Music, movies.
Create. Yeah.
I've been,
Culture. Arts.
I've been to 34 countries.
Culture.
Everywhere I go, I hear American music.
Yeah.
Everybody knows the American movies. We can be who
Vikings.
we are and shine a different light instead of having all these military boots around the world
Mm-hmm.
and all that money that takes away from our schools, our
Yeah.
education. Eisenhower called it in 1960. His last address, he called
right.
it the military-industrial complex and warned us. The vampires of war are always going to find a boogeyman, a mushroom cloud. We have to go to war.
Mm.
But when we go to war, we're taking away the essential resources for the quality of life for every resident.
Mm.
So as a soldier, I don't walk into war unless we absolutely have to.
Yeah.
Because 85% of every war are innocent civilian casualties.
I mean, it's just the saying. It's like war is young men that don't know each other fighting in the name of old men that do know each other.
Yeah. It's profiteering.
Yeah.
I call them vampires of war.
War is a racket. Have you ever read that? War is a racket
Yeah.
from 19.
So
Forgot what-
Halliburton, Cheney.
Yeah.
When Cheney died,
Yeah.
I was waiting. Who's going to talk about Halliburton? Who's going to talk about the Second Gulf War?
Who is that even? I don't even know. Exactly.
Halliburton's a company that, just like we have with the private prison industrial complex,
Yeah.
Mm.
we have a military industrial complex, and the group is called ALEC. And ALEC has conferences where Republicans attend, and they give them boilerplate legislation to bring back at the state level, at the federal level. This whole thing happening right now is not about public safety. Just like the war in Iran will be about the military industrial complex, this immigration crackdown is about making money off of private prisons. Because it used to be Correction Corporation, now it's called Civic Group. Homeland Security got $45 billion. That money's going to the private prisons being built in Texas.
Mm.
The 5 million people they want to deport, they're going to have to be somewhere while this is being litigated.
Mm.
Just like someone on death row, it's not tomorrow. It's not even within a year. They're going to go through a whole process to be litigated, to be deported. Someone's got to house them while they're waiting to be deported.
Yeah.
So it's a racket.
It's fucking business.
So the vampires of war, the private prisons. So it's all about money. And even Venezuela,
Yeah.
the one U.S. oil company in Venezuela, is it really about freedom? Is it really about the Nobel Peace Prize?
Yeah.
Or is it about oil?
And now they're just saying it's about oil too.
Yeah.
But in court, you've seen the argument in court for why they're in Venezuela. It's like because the Venezuela government is doing mining and it's displacing indigenous people in Venezuela. Like that's their legal case. It's like since when is the Trump regime of this liberal like
Yeah, caring about
Right.
indigenous people.
Yeah.
so it's like
It's all PR spin.
yeah. And then for the one a machine gun charge, right? Maduro had or something.
Well, the
Yeah.
Honduran president, he pardoned.
Yeah.
Look at the
is,
Venezuelan
like,
president and
weird.
Honduran president. It's like, you're so selective in
Yeah.
how you apply
Right,
things.
right.
So what it's about is regime change. Now that I pardoned you, when you become president of Honduras, you're my yes man.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Putin went into Ukraine because Maidan Revolution, their slogan was freedom is my religion. They deposed Putin's yes man. He fled to Moscow.
Mm.
That's why he annexed southern and eastern Ukraine.
That's right.
So Trump and Putin look like two peas in a pod.
That's damn right.
What he's doing in Venezuela, what he's doing to Greenland, is giving Putin ammunition to say, you know what? You carve up yours, I carve up mine. This is Hitler and Stalin non-aggression pact 3941 all over again. And so the strong men are lining up. U.S., Putin, and Germany, the far right, and Hungary, North Korea, Iran. The axis for World War III is already here. And World War III is already here because the North Koreans and Iranians and the African immigrants are already fighting for Russia. So
people don't talk about this.
Yeah.
People don't know what you're saying.
So when they want to cut the funding on Ukraine, when Ukraine has decimated our enemy, 1.4 million Russians have died. This is Afghanistan all over again.
Yeah.
A lot of that is soldiers, right? But a lot of it is civilians too.
Well, a lot of in Kursk, a lot of the conflict as 4 years in, a lot of the civilians have already left.
Okay.
They fled occupied. The ones that are stuck.
Are we really 4 years in?
Yeah.
Fucking
Oh,
crazy,
yeah.
bro.
February be 4 years. So 2/24/22, I call Ukraine's 9/11. You go into the subway in Kyiv, you'll see 2/24.
Yeah.
But what happened is we warned Ukraine. We had the intelligence.
We always do.
They're moving. They're preparing. Get prepared. And Ukraine was like, no, they're not going to do that. They wouldn't do that. They have the Budapest Memorandum since 1994.
Right.
U.S., U.K., Russia, Ukraine. Ukraine was the third strongest nuclear power. And they brokered a deal and said, we'll recognize your sovereignty if you give up your nukes. That was Ukraine's biggest mistake.
Giving up their nukes.
Yeah. Because their scientists are the ones who made the Soviet Union nuclear technology. So just recode the nukes.
Yeah.
If you're a nuclear power, that invasion never would have happened.
No.
So we made a promise to Ukraine in 94. But what did Obama give them? Blankets and medicine in 2014.
Instead
give
of
them
what?
Instead of weapons.
You give them weapons because we made a promise to them. This is your sovereign soil.
Yeah.
If Russia violates your sovereign soil,
We protect you
we arm you.
Yeah.
in exchange for you denuclearizing.
Yeah, that was our promise. So if your word's not your bond and you don't keep your promise,
Was that Clinton?
Clinton 94, and then Obama, why did we not give them weapons?
Blankets and medicine instead.
Because Reagan told them in the 80s, do not rely on Russian energy.
Yeah.
You give them leverage. Do not rely on Russian energy. So he uses his oil and gas as a spigot to say, and so Germany relied on Russian energy for their economy.
Right.
That's why we only gave blankets and medicine.
Was that before the fall of Berlin? Or the walls and everything else?
The Berlin Wall fell in 89. So before the Berlin Wall fell, Reagan warned them.
Yeah.
Now that we're going in this transition, do not rely on, find other energy sources. Do not let them have that leverage. So energy is like the common denominator in a lot of these
Germany is still using
back in
Russian?
2014, they were relying on Russian oil and gas.
Interesting.
It's cheap.
Yeah.
You give him that leverage. Now he takes Ukraine's sovereign soil. You don't stand up to him because the economic impact of him shutting off your energy.
You don't stand up to them.
So now they've diversified and they're away from Russian energy.
Yeah.
So now is a point where we can have the moral leverage to be the shining city on the hill to say, since the fall of the Berlin Wall, we have international law and we have a new order. And you violated that new order and you're the pariah. That should have been our move. But instead, Trump is acting just like Putin.
Yeah.
We're losing our leverage.
Was the reason that they moved away also had to do with when they invaded Georgia and like everything else at that time?
You watch every revolution, the Rose Revolution, the Orange Revolution, the Maidan Revolution. All this is about Moscow. Back off. We are free.
Yeah.
The wall fell.
Yeah.
We're not going back to the Iron Curtain.
Correct.
So what I find interesting, 2011 was the Arab Spring.
Yeah.
A lot of Russia has Muslims
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And Russia was involved in the Syrian civil war and war crimes, and their mercenary group joined Iran and Hezbollah and committed a lot of war crimes
Oh yeah.
in Syria. Just right after he annexed Ukraine soil.
Mm-hmm.
So who's hiding out in Moscow? Assad.
Mm.
And his yes man from Ukraine.
Mm-hmm.
When Iran falls,
Yeah.
he's going to go to Moscow.
Interesting.
So what I asked the UN, excuse my French, but UN, do your fucking job.
Yeah.
Right.
You say never again.
But they continue to let a lot of this.
How many
stuff happen.
genocides have we had since the UN was formed?
Yeah, too many.
When was the UN formed? 69?
45.
45?
In San Francisco before it went to New York. And they made the never again pledge.
Mm.
So the moral travesty that we have a genocide happening in Gaza by the very descendants and survivors of the Holocaust.
Yeah.
And what does Netanyahu give Trump? A golden pager?
That was crazy.
What message does that send to the world?
Yeah.
Who's in charge?
So I was in Beirut, August 24. We
What
did
year?
shuttled August 24.
This past year.
Oh, gotcha.
So we had 500,000 Palestinians, children that need to be vaccinated for polio.
Mm.
If we don't chill out and have a ceasefire long enough for the UN to vaccinate those kids, that polio is not staying in Palestine. That polio is going around the world.
Mm-hmm.
And that's from the amount of explosions and war, the polio.
Well, the polio is like, you vaccinate children so that
They don't.
it protects
spread
it.
Yeah.
It protects the population.
Mm-hmm.
It's like basic vaccination. So Trump's
Yeah, Florida.
nut job, Kennedy,
Yeah.
and all the anti-vaccination,
Right.
it's basic science and medicine
Yeah.
that you're messing with.
Mhm.
So when I went to the Iranian embassy and I showed him a picture of me with Governor Walz,
Hmm.
and I had a keffiyeh around my neck, and he was running for vice president.
Mm.
Yeah.
And I said to him, give us time for the vaccinations. Give us time for the election. If you escalate before the election, that's only going to help Trump. And you have a better chance with Harris Walz and getting a two-state solution and getting Palestinians freedom than you do Trump.
Mm.
Right.
Because the two ideologies in Christianity that need to be confronted
Mm-hmm.
is Christian Zionism
Mm.
and Christian nationalism.
Mm.
Yes.
Those heresies
Mm-hmm.
are driving our foreign policy in the Middle East.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So they're basically, since 9/11, we've had a Christian Crusader reaction. So you take 9/11 and how we reacted to that. And when Bush said, they hate us for our freedom. They don't hate us for our freedom. They hate us for our foreign policy.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. For us bombing them.
Yeah.
Consistently.
And so my bumper sticker slogan,
Yeah.
terror from above breeds terror from below,
Mm-hmm.
is geopolitical physics.
Yep.
Wow.
So President Obama was a drone king.
Yeah.
Top drone
Top drone.
kills of any
So
president. Yeah.
when we use drones and we don't have the intelligence on the ground
Yeah.
and we kill innocent people, you just create a terrorist.
Mm-hmm.
Literally.
You radicalized
How do they not
a whole
get
group
that,
of
you
people.
know? That's such a big point, you know, especially in Gaza and whatnot. You know, it's like
70,000 civilians, 19,000 children.
Mm.
If you kill my child, I'm coming for you.
Yeah.
Can you blame
nothing
him?
else matters.
Can you really blame him?
no,
not at
no.
I would be radicalized.
Immediately.
I mean,
Yeah.
if that happened in the United States, you know, it'd
Yeah.
be,
Yeah.
all hell would break loose.
But so I'm Cherokee, and my ancestors left the Mid-Atlantic and went to Oklahoma. And Tracy Chapman has a song from 2003 called America. The ghost of Columbus is still haunting this world. We're still conquering America. Why does the U.S. give such a blank check to Israel?
Mm-hmm.
It's the same manifest destiny that happened to Native Americans.
Mm.
You're going to take up Palestinian soil.
Yeah.
You disapprove 18 more settlements. You're going to push them out of their homeland.
Yeah.
And when you do that to somebody, you're going to get freedom fighters, and you're going to get a resistance.
Never ending kind of thing.
So when the UN Secretary General said this didn't happen in a vacuum, and everyone's like, you're anti-Semitic, you're not anti-Semitic to hold somebody accountable to international law.
Yeah.
So international law has to apply to everybody. Freedom at every longitude, every latitude. Freedom for Palestine, freedom for Ukraine, freedom for Sudan,
Yeah.
freedom for Iran. If they're peacefully protesting, seeking social reform. What I find interesting is that I was in Palestine during the Green Revolution in 2009.
Wow.
Remember Iran in 2009? The precursor to the Arab Spring?
I think so.
2011, Tunisia. A guy, a market vendor, set himself on fire.
Wow.
That's what set off the Arab Spring. So the Arab Spring and the Maidan Revolution in Ukraine are interrelated. So you got the Arab Spring now in Iran, and Trump is trying to put his foot into that.
Yeah.
And in 1953, we staged a coup in Iran because the prime minister had the audacity to try to nationalize our oil. And the Brits and the U.S. were like, oh, hell no, you can't.
Yep.
No,
Yeah.
we're going to stage a coup.
Because they had all that oil
Yeah.
and everything else. Yeah.
The Shah of Iran had so many state dinners when we had our man in Tehran.
Yeah.
Every president had the Shah of Iran here. So when they had the revolution, they thought that the CIA was trying to stage a coup in our embassy. That's why the students raided the embassy. Because they remembered 1953. The first president of the Iranian Republic had to resign because he was a CIA asset.
Wow.
Legacy of Ashes is the best book about the CIA.
Legacy of
What we did in the Cold War, who we allied with in the Cold War.
Yeah.
When I was in South Africa and Cape Town, and I saw the plaque about U.S. fighting with white South Africans in Angola,
yeah.
I was ashamed that we would align ourselves with apartheid, South Africa.
What would you say radicalized you in your life? Like what moment? How old were you when you like?
When I was 17, I was at a theater in Brooklyn Center, and I saw Denzel Washington portraying Stephen Biko in the movie Cry Freedom. When Mandela was locked up, Stephen Biko, Desmond Bishop Tutu, and Alan Bozak led the apartheid freedom struggle. And Denzel Washington portrayed Stephen Biko, who led the Black consciousness movement before he was killed by South African forces. And Peter Gabriel has a song called Biko. I was this 17-year-old suburban kid living in my bubble, playing hockey, chasing girls.
Right.
Yeah.
That was.
You never had a thought of like my government's lying to me or there's evils that control.
Well, I'm a student, so I mean,
Right. You're learning that.
I got a bachelor's degree and 2 master's degrees, and so I've learned to pursue facts and just to have a moral compass. Because my favorite verse, 1 Timothy 6, the love of money is the root of all evil. In America, we worship 3 idols: the dollar, the tribe, and the gun. When you worship false idols, those gods require sacrifices on the altar. And I told the kids when they walked out of the Uvalde massacre,
we had
I was at U.S. Bank, and all these high school and middle school kids assembled outside U.S. Bank, and I told them, I am sorry that you're dying on the altar of this false god.
Of guns.
Guns.
Yeah.
To have a
And
congresswoman.
tribe too, though.
Well, they're all connected.
Yeah, it's all
Yeah.
connected. Yeah.
And so the dollar is about self-retro benefit.
Yeah.
You care more about money than actually the moral precepts.
But maybe for like a school shooter, like the dollar's not there directly, but it's like the reason they became a school shooter.
The
go back to
NRA
dollar,
money that
you know?
goes to the candidates.
Yeah.
And then you got to say it.
And the
sec-
propaganda too.
The Second Amendment was meant for us during occupation, when the Brits were occupying our taking over our homes.
Right.
Yeah.
That's what the militia was for.
Mm-hmm.
It was for defense against an occupying military. That's what the Second Amendment was written in context. And we take it out of context. And so when Charlie Kirk said that some people have to die in order for us to have a Second Amendment, he inherited his own wind.
Yeah.
He
literally.
put that out there.
He
And
did.
so
That shit was crazy.
when my congresswoman has a courage to speak her truth, and everything Minneapolis is going through is because this uppity Somali Muslim immigrant woman had the audacity to say something about Charlie Kirk. I told her at a town hall here in St. Louis Park, I said, "You're a Jedi in this episode of Star Wars. May the Force be with you." I'm so proud of her that she represents me in D.C.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? She's like one of the best.
Yeah.
Ilhan Omar, shout out. You mind turning your little down? Yeah, buddy, that's going to do it.
So I told Ellison,
Yeah.
"You are a Jedi in this episode of Star Wars." He leads the 26 Democrat attorney generals.
Yeah.
Mental.
So what we do here in federal court is going to help protect any other state that ICE goes into.
Yeah.
And so they're targeting sanctuary cities. I was a police chaplain for 4 departments from 2002 to 2017.
Can you define what that is, please, for those that don't know?
As a police chaplain, a lot of my focus is supporting crime victims. So when there's a death notification, when there's a homicide, I work with the families and the crime victims advocate to make sure they got emotional and spiritual support to cope with the dark valley they're walking through. A lot of these families never got justice because people were afraid to work with the cops because they have mixed immigration status. So we call it community policing. There needs to be a relationship between law enforcement and the immigrant community so that they can get justice when they're a crime victim.
Because that's their right.
Yeah.
That justice, just like anybody else.
You ask any cop, they want to see justice for victims.
Yeah.
That it's a primary public service that we offer. We pay taxes, so we have a law enforcement. So when we're a victim, we see justice.
That's right.
That's a basic, underpinning of a community.
That's right.
So when you got ICE coming in and people think that MPD is working with ICE, and so down at 34th and Portland, people are screaming at MPD like they're the ones who did this. And I'm like,
in your opinion, incorrectly.
like
You got to direct the focus,
Yeah.
the anger at the
Trump,
right.
DOJ,
Yeah.
the feds.
The Fed.
Yeah.
That's our issue.
Yes.
A lot of the officers that were our problem during the Chauvin chapter,
Yes.
they checked out. They said, I'm taking a disability because I have PTSD. A lot of our racist cops have already left.
Yeah.
The righteous ones are the ones who stayed.
Yeah.
We have some numbers for the listeners: 600 police officers in Minneapolis. Currently, 3,000 ICE agents on the ground, Homeland Security, et cetera, et cetera. They have 10 different departments, ICE.
And they all work together. I mean, ATF,
That's right.
FBI.
FBI literally is like there. Yeah.
So what he's done is he's taken his January 6ers he pardoned.
Yeah. How many pardons was that? 1,500 pardons?
He said to them,
Insane amount.
Blanket pardon?
he said to them, stand down and stand by.
On television.
And he called for a night of purge. Minneapolis is going through a night of purge right now.
What about second inauguration, hand not on the Bible? You caught that right. What about all this third term stuff? And can you tell us your religion?
I'm Catholic,
You're
but
Catholic.
I grew up Protestant.
Okay.
But I became Catholic because I worked with Father Greg Boyle in LA 20 years ago. The largest gang intervention program.
Wow.
And Father Greg was just here in the cities a couple months ago. So a lot of who I am is because of my time in LA. In Rampart Division, in MacArthur Park. So going back to the Cold War, our policies in the Central Americas created a refugee crisis that placed those refugees in LA. That's the beginning of MS 13 and 18th Street. These transnational gangs emerged out of the refugee crisis from our foreign policy in the Americas during the Cold War.
From
So-
the 50s. Yeah.
Well, 80s.
80s. Okay. I'm
In
not
the
the best at history.
1980s Cold War, we
It's a
had
crazy timeline.
Yeah.
all these right-wing governments that we were supporting, and we had the School of Americas in the Georgia,
Mm.
and,
And
so
South America. Too, you said.
we aligned with so many bad actors for the sake of the Cold War.
Mhm.
And so
Yeah.
when I was in LA, 2 blocks from my church, a 3-week-old baby was shot and killed because a bullet hit the metal gutter and ricocheted and hit him in the stroller. That baby is still with me. He's my angel from LA, my angel from the City of Angels.
Wow.
His name is Baby Luis Angel Garcia. And yesterday I was on the phone with the gunman who killed him.
Shut the fuck up. No way.
He's in San Diego. His name is Giovanni. And he was sentenced for 51 years for a freak of nature. He was going to shoot a vendor who refused to pay rent. And the Mexican mafia told this 18-year-old, you're going to go shoot him to make an example, so the other vendors had to pay the rent. He was 18. 50% of African-American families don't have a father in the household. 40% of Latino families don't have a father in the household. European-American families, it's only 20%.
Wow.
So you remember Tukey Williams, the co-founder of the Crips?
Not offhand.
Tukey Williams
Yeah.
was at San Quentin on death row. I was a chaplain at San Quentin from 2000 to 2002. So I told Giovanni, Tukey found grace and redemption, and he wrote children's books, reaching African-American gang members. And eventually the books went international. He was reaching youth in the slums of South Africa, showing a more righteous path. Don't do what I did.
Yeah.
So when Giovanni goes to his commutation hearing in April, I'm asking Giovanni to take the mantle from Tukey. Tukey wrote for African American at-risk youth. Giovanni writes his memoir to reach Latino at-risk youth.
He wrote it.
He's going to write a book.
He's going to.
I said, once you release, I want you to write your memoir just like Tukey did. You're going to have grace and redemption, and it's going to be part of the legacy of the baby I buried 18 years ago. It's restorative justice.
Damn, dude. You're doing a lot of God's work. It sounds like I like your memory. You got the facts. You got a good timeline. It seems like you've done a lot of good work for communities, man.
It's about justice. I mean, that's
Yeah.
justice and freedom. So like, I'm not about my creeds, because there's a lot of Christians that do a lot of talk,
Yeah.
but not much walk.
For sure.
And there's a lot of people who are agnostic or atheist or Jewish or Muslim. And so my favorite philosopher is Aristotle.
True.
And it's about habits and virtues. And if you're living those virtues of justice, truth, compassion, those are my kin. And so, like, the mountain has many paths. You might be on a different path,
Yeah.
but at the top of that mountain are the same virtues of all major religions.
Yeah.
So,
Buddhism shows that to be the case too.
yeah.
Like shows that all the religions kind of end up in the same place.
So love is the answer,
Yeah.
and love is the North Star that we're going to shine in the midst of this darkness that we're facing.
Yeah.
We stay nonviolent. He's
damn
baiting us. He wants us to go violent,
Yeah.
so he can send in the military. And once
Make
you
a case.
once you have occupation, remember Kent State, the tragedy of Kent State when National Guardsmen in
Shot.
Ohio shot 4 people because they weren't trained. We had a 2-star general tell Senate Judiciary, which Klobuchar is a member of. He warned them, do not send the military in to situations they're not trained for.
And what do we have here?
Pax Comitatus. Since the Civil War, we've had this law on the books since 1871. Military does not do domestic policing. we can do humanitarian work. We can
Right.
go in and respond to
Yeah.
earthquake,
So
but we don't do policing.
And so what the hell do we have going on today?
It's
January
fascism.
17. Going against the law.
I called Trump on KMOJ the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Okay.
1927, his
Yeah.
dad was arrested at a KKK rally in Queens.
His father, yeah.
So he and his dad got sued by the feds for not renting to blacks. Central Park 5, he ran that
Yeah.
ad calling for their execution when they're exonerated.
Sheesh.
Mm.
You can live in New York and be in the penthouse in the limo and not really be in New York.
Yeah.
Right.
He's
Because
been
you're shielded from everything.
He's been silver spoon this whole time.
Yeah.
So now that he's finally left New York, in my Washington Post letter on Monday, Prince called it a long time ago. The revolution begins in Minneapolis.
Yeah.
Damn right.
And so from Minneapolis, from the Minneapolis to the Big Apple, Purple Rain's already premiered here at State Theater.
Yeah. The play.
What do you think Trump's going to do when the lights of Broadway turn purple? He's going to lose his shit.
And 1,000 more agents to
He's-
Minneapolis.
He's going to be like, New York doesn't want me.
Right.
New York
Right.
doesn't want me. I tried to be a member of your club and no one would let me in.
Yeah.
And now you're going to shine Broadway purple?
So you, Howie, you and me met at
So
the
can you
legendary
figure
Vegas
that
Lounge.
Yep.
Just last week, and we're like, it came to me. I was like, this would be dope to have you on the pod, man. And that's one of the first things you said. I just want to give you your flowers, of course. Howard Dotson, 5-time contributor to the Washington Post. I've seen you be interviewed by multiple news sites, etc. And you're also the singer of a Prince cover band,
The Paisleys.
the Paisleys,
Paisleys.
with actually one of the founding members or studio.
Studio musician from Paisley Park.
that
What's
played with
fun
Prince.
is there's only one Prince cover band in Minneapolis, Chase Ovation.
Mm.
Not anymore.
Hell yeah.
So we're going to celebrate Prince.
Yes.
And we're going to celebrate the Minneapolis sound. And so when we had last Wednesday at the 24th and Lindale, I called in just like I did for 34th and Portland.
And rest in peace, Renee Good, man.
Yes. When Renee passed, we were there at 34th and Portland, and I said, chaplains, BCR, community medics, we need psychological first aid. If we take care of the psychological first aid, people won't go violent.
That's right.
But so what happened at 24th and Lindale, I called in again and said, this is what we did at 34th and Portland. Call in the chaplains, call in the behavioral crisis response team, and I talked to violence interrupters. And it was so chaotic that we were at different parts blocked off.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This was over north.
Over north,
Yeah.
24th and Lindale. Where I was at, I saw no violence interrupters. I saw no chaplains. All I saw was federal agents, state troopers on one side, and I saw protesters on the other.
Mm.
And I walked up and down that line and sang Prince's seven times as music therapy because the agents can hear it, the protesters can hear it, and when they hear Prince, they emotionally regulate.
Jesus.
It calmed it.
Can you sing it?
Oh, 7 and we'll watch them fall. And stand away, love, and we will smoke them all with that intellect and the savoir-faire. No one in the whole universe will ever compare. I am yours now and you are mine, and together we'll love through all space and time, so don't cry. One day, 07 will die. That's the
That was
song,
beautiful.
man. That's the song for Minneapolis right now.
Nice.
Just, for everyone watching, we're just getting a little bit of. It's not gonna do much. I don't want to piss Ben off. A little bit of smoke in here from the Palo Santo,
Great.
which gets negative energy out and keeps the good one in. There we go. And then we do our little protective shield. That was beautiful. Thank you. So
Yeah.
you sang that
7 times.
7 times, and you walked in,
Walk down the line in between the federal agents and the protesters.
and nobody had any
The
nobody
a-
can do anything other than listen in that
yeah,
point.
the agents knew I was trying to de-escalate our side.
Yeah,
So they actually let me walk closer to them
really.
than they would allow the protesters to approach
Get
them.
to then.
Because they knew I was trying to shepherd and keep us far enough away so they didn't have to respond. They're saying, this is our line. Do not cross our line. If you cross our line. And so, people are angry, but also people want their 10 minutes of fame.
Yeah.
So as soon as the media starts taking pictures, you see how that gaslights?
Yeah.
And, I want to be on the news, so I gotta be provocative.
Right.
You're putting us on a path to a military occupation for your 10 minutes.
Jesus.
Which nobody wants.
Right. So we've been well disciplined. We have the muscle memory. We've been through this so many times. Jamar Clark.
Too many times.
Jamar Clark, Philando Castile, George Floyd, Dante Wright, Renee. So
and there's all there's these people like every time it's like, well, he shouldn't have done that or shouldn't have done this. Should have just behaved. Should have just obeyed. It's like that's the stuff that pisses me off.
That pisses everybody off because it's like, well, what's the point of you? Like, you don't have anything to stand for. You don't have like.
Should have just obeyed. It sounds crazy. How close do you feel right now we are to like, the Fourth Reich as they're calling it? Like literally on like I just feel like the technology aspect is so crazy and like you could read some of Anne Frank's diary and like can almost feel like it's a similar.
We'll track what's going on in Germany.
Yeah.
Germany has opened up the treasury. They're investing trillions in weapons. The whole wisdom of World War II and NATO is that we protect Germany. Germany does not rearm.
Does not rearm.
So now that
Japan and Germany do not rearm.
Yeah, but now that Germany rearms, and who does Musk and J.D. Vance pussyfoot with?
ADF.
The far right.
Far right.
And who does the far right pussyfoot with? Putin.
And who does Donald Trump?
So Donald Trump is connecting to fascism. Fascism, like in World War II, it was state fascism versus communist fascism. Now it's just fascism.
Yeah.
Period.
And everything's lining up for World War III. And so you go through the 2-year non-aggression pact. Eventually, Putin and Trump and the empires are going to bump up against each other to a point where we can't pull ourselves out. So when sons and daughters come home in caskets at Dover, I want every American who voted for Trump to be prepared to explain to their children, how could you? How could you vote for the dollar and sell our democracy away to make a deal with the devil?
Yeah.
Literally.
It's a Faustian deal. The same thing that in Germany, 1930s, I had to be a member of the Nazi party because that's the only way I could work. I had no idea what was happening. So the internment camps that are being built in Texas,
exactly.
The 5 million he wants to deport. So go back to 1964-5.
5 million, I think it's like 20 million too. Like I think it's every immigrant.
Well, they're aiming for 5 million because
for this year maybe, right?
48 billion went through Homeland Security to go to the private prisons.
Yeah.
With a capacity of 5 million.
Yeah.
And like you were explaining earlier, we were on camera, right? The private prisons make money.
It's an iron triangle.
Yeah.
And they
give campaign contributions to the Republicans. Republicans make the appropriations to benefit their private prisons, just like the military industrial complex.
And it just keeps going and going and going.
Remember Silence of the Lambs, the movie?
Yeah.
The opening scene in the morgue when the decomposing bodies on the table and they got to put the white paste over their lip to tolerate the stench. Every time I fly into DC, I feel like I got to go like this. Everybody's cashing in.
Because there's so much like blood and everything on everybody's hands.
Corruption is
oozes. The older I get, the more jaded I am.
Yeah.
Because the whole system's about money. That's our false idol.
God.
Yeah.
And so we put this guy back in because everyone thought,
oh, I want to get a little more money.
Do you think it's a combination of both money and power? I mean, in most cases, like money is power, I think, in a larger sense. But
well, I mean, Epstein's a case in point of all the people that would kick it with him.
Yeah.
No morality at all.
So I want to know, I want to go back to Access Hollywood.
Yeah.
When he's bragging about grabbing that woman by the vagina.
Right. Yeah.
He said she was married. Was she? Was she one of Epstein girls? Because only a little girl would let you do that and get away with it. You do that to most women,
Yeah.
you're gonna have bracelets.
Mhm.
Yeah.
She's gonna report you, and you're gonna be prosecuted.
Or you'll get
Yeah.
punched in the face or anything.
So was it a
Yeah.
Miss Universe girl, or was it one of Epstein girls? Because Epstein was down at Mar-a-Lago. That's where
God, bro.
Epstein is a kryptonite.
Yeah.
Epstein is a kryptonite, and so everything with Venezuela,
Mm-hmm.
with Greenland, it's all wag the dog diversions because
Yeah.
he knows he's in trouble with the Epstein files.
Yeah.
And so the argument is you're not going to present these documents that allegedly prove that Donald Trump is a pedophile rapist because at that point you'd have to remove him. And then you'd have this, national security situation where it's like you don't have a president, or you would have, the vice president.
Well,
has
you
to
have the
come in.
vice president and, God forbid, the Speaker of the House.
I mean, they're all horrible.
Do you know what I have on Johnson?
What?
When he was a congressman
Mm.
in 23, a congressman
Mike Johnson.
from Louisiana is in Poland
Yeah.
meeting with Orban.
Okay.
Who was the only person Trump talked about in the presidential debate? Orban.
Orban
What?
was who,
He's the president of Hungary. He's a Putin ally.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah.
So what's a congressman from Louisiana
doing
doing
Yeah.
with a Putin ally in Poland?
in 2000.
What wasn't it? Wasn't he the guy that was like, he should get the Nobel Peace Prize? Wasn't he the one that was going on?
He might have said that.
I'm
Well,
pretty sure.
But
it was.
then the
Yeah.
Venezuelan opposition
She
lady, she literally gave Trump the
Yeah.
fucking Nobel
Yeah.
Peace Prize.
But
Like,
listen to this. Johnson, Orban,
what
you-
year?
23.
23.
So on the way to the meeting
Yeah.
is a former president of Ukraine, Poroshenko.
Yeah.
Hmm.
He was blocked by the Ukrainian government from joining that meeting.
Christ.
So I called everyone I could in D.C. when the Ukraine vote was being held up by Johnson.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Now we have the repo law, $5 billion in frozen Russian assets that we can take
Yeah.
to help Ukraine's air defense. I told the DOJ, open up a special counsel on Johnson for violating the Logan Act. We have one president at a time. You could not engage in foreign policy.
And he wasn't the Speaker of the House yet.
No, he's just a congressman. Colluding with a Putin ally.
For
Try-
when the Trump win, then they could already have a plan in place. When Trump is in.
Poroshenko's a yes man. Poroshenko's a Putin yes man. Let's put a Putin yes man back in. It's regime change.
It's regime change.
They're trying to put a Putin yes man back into Ukraine.
Right now.
Mm.
So the congressman is colluding with Orban. Orban's the only person Trump mentions as a foreign leader. Remember the Russian collusion probe that never went anywhere?
Yeah. Is that the one they call Russiagate?
Well, Russian
Like James
probe.
Comey and everybody else.
What it was about Manafort. Manafort worked for the president of Ukraine before he became the campaign manager for Trump.
Wow.
It was Russia that got the DNC files that were hacked and were used against. Hillary Clinton.
Yeah.
Why do you think Putin didn't want Hillary Clinton as president? NATO.
Mm.
What do you mean by that?
That she was Secretary of State. He knew
Yeah.
that her as president, she would stand with NATO.
Mm.
What is Moscow trying to do between the U.S. and NATO?
I see.
Destroy it.
Yeah.
So what Putin will say is that NATO and Ukraine is why this happened. His whole career started in 1999 when the first Baltic former Soviet states joined NATO.
Yeah.
The Second Chechen War in 99. Remember the terrorist attacks in Moscow that were blamed on the Chechens?
Mm.
I heard of this.
Were they sacrificial lambs?
More
Were
than
those
likely, yeah.
terrorist attacks actually false flag
I
operations?
mean, it was probably KGB operation.
Yeah.
So yeah.
So they did that in order for it to have a war.
Yeah.
So you go back to Pearl Harbor.
Mm.
They knew Pearl Harbor was coming.
They did.
Gulf of Tonkin,
Mm.
Vietnam,
9/11.
9/11. All these people didn't show up to work that day.
And then all that debt that
And
was lost
taking an insurance claim out on a building
Yeah,
for
the
terrorism.
week before or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
But my issue with our foreign policy in the Middle East is that everything's about Iran,
Yeah.
and everything we did to Iran in 1953, in 1979, and then
The surrounding
Contra.
countries. Yeah.
we sell them weapons.
Yeah.
How are we selling them weapons? And how's Israel and the
And then
U.S.
being
selling
against
Iran weapons?
Yeah.
And now we're worried about them being nuclear?
Yeah.
Bro.
When Israel's been nuclear since 1967,
Yeah.
South African apartheid gave them nuclear weapons.
Yeah.
If you want to talk about non-proliferation in the Middle East, how about Israel disarm?
Mm.
Yeah.
If you don't want Iran to become nuclear, show us that you've dismantled yours.
Yeah.
And so if our foreign policy was a psych patient,
It'd be fucking crazy.
we'd be in a straitjacket with a shot of sedative.
Yeah.
That's why
Literally.
when they say death to America,
Yeah.
I just want the Iranian people to know, like, I am sorry.
Yeah.
As a patriot, I am sorry that we had so many double standards and so much hypocrisy that we did not stand.
And going into your
Yeah.
country consistently.
When I was in Amman, Jordan, when
Yeah.
the Iranian general was assassinated in Baghdad,
Yeah.
I was with Americans being evacuated.
Wait, sorry, when was this?
2021,
Okay.
right before COVID.
Yeah.
Right before
Lower it, like,
COVID.
a little bit.
Right before COVID was when
Hell yeah.
the Iranian general was assassinated at Baghdad airport.
Yeah.
He's in number 3 in their government.
Christ.
So they were attacking our embassies and consulates, proxy.
Yeah.
So you assassinate the general, and now there's basically a death warrant to assassinate Trump from Iran.
That's a newer one, right?
Yeah.
A renewed
That was the last like year.
48 hours.
2
No,
years?
it was, and then it was like 2 days ago.
It was announced when he was
Oh, yeah.
talking about attacking the nuclear sites.
Yeah.
So I go back to Iraq too. Where's the WMDs?
here.
The master's thesis that was plagiarized.
yeah.
Oh,
That was
shit.
our evidence and our intelligence
Then it
to
wasn't
justify a war.
there. Right.
Yeah.
So watch what happens at the UN. You're going to see Marco Rubio go just like we did with Colin Powell.
The same words, even.
Yeah,
They've
mushroom
already
cloud
started
scare
using-
tactic.
Yeah.
We did not find weapons of mass destruction.
But first, they're gonna say that they're there for sure.
Well, the mushroom cloud scare tactic.
Yeah.
We cannot let Iran be nuclear. If they go nuclear, they're going to freak everybody out, and we got to go in there and attack the nuclear sites.
How long has Netanyahu
I mean-
been saying that? Where he's like,
Well, they've
for
been
20
saying
years,
that. They've been
on
saying that
camera.
about like North Korea too.
Yeah.
Same
They
thing.
don't even say it anymore. They're like, you know?
Yeah, no, they're literally like, they probably got
Yeah.
nukes now.
For
Like,
Netanyahu, like he was like, they're 80% of the way there. He's been saying that for 20
yeah,
years. and shit.
yeah,
But it's not anti-Semitic to hold Israel accountable to international law. That point I have to hit because
Please.
what people don't realize is that the Hamas chant,
Mm-hmm.
from the river to the sea, Palestine will be free. 311 U.S. House reps passed a resolution calling that hate speech.
mm-hmm.
So I've been to Palestine twice. I've been in Hebron. I've filmed people venerating Goldstein, who killed 26 Palestinians while they worshipped. There are Israeli terrorists. There are Palestinian terrorists. There's terror from above, which bring terror from below.
Mm.
And so when Renee's being called a domestic terrorist,
Yeah.
Which is crazy. And we've seen domestic terrorism.
do you
Right.
see how
You know?
School shooting.
dictators use that term?
Yeah,
In Syria, Assad,
Yeah.
their revolution was nonviolent until 100 people were shot by snipers.
mm.
In Ukraine, 100 people were shot by snipers in Maidan.
Mm.
So that's why when the military comes in,
Mm-hmm.
well, we got to play chess here.
Yes.
Because as soon as the military's here, if 100 people are shot and killed, the revolution begins.
Yeah.
And I'm not wishing it.
No,
It's
but that's
like
how the Revolutionary War started, the
Yeah.
founding of the country, and nobody knows which side shot who, but it was two government agencies. I just learned this recently, but the shot heard around the world is what it's called, and nobody knows which one it was, but they know that it was the start of the revolution.
I mean, so when people start nonviolently and then you have atrocities, and then you got, that video has been seen by 80% of Americans.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And international, like
Yeah.
there's like these TikToks like Japanese news stations, and they're just playing Minneapolis stuff. And
Well, I
crazy.
had a coworker in London while this all like happened, and like people were like, "Oh, where are you from?" And he's like looking up at the TV at a bar, and he's like,
right there.
Minneapolis, and they're just like, "Oh, I'm sorry,"
Yeah.
like it's crazy.
Yeah. Where do you see it going? Where do you want to see it going? And can you tell us about your ties to Ukraine?
Sure.
We see your scarf, and it's a beautiful design.
So
Is that a Ukrainian scarf?
yeah, I got this in Lviv. I want to see the UN have a referendum that abolishes the 5 vetoes.
Which is
The US, UK, France, Russia, China.
the five eyes sometimes too,
Those
right?
5 vetoes
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, the 5
protect
vetoes, yeah.
the dictators. I want to see a Nuremberg 2.0.
Yes.
Yeah.
I want the UN and NATO to go arrest war criminals, take them to The Hague. If they're prosecuted and convicted, I want to see a couple of these dictators hang.
And the argument is that that'll never happen because the people that would get rid of the 5 vetoes are the vetoes themselves. So it's like an oxymoron. Like they're never gonna bring themselves to court.
It takes a global citizen movement to demand the UN have a referendum.
Yeah.
Or a new UN even, or the collapse of the US government.
The UN has to return to its original mission, which is never again.
So why do you think the UN is not operating like it should? Is it because of
vetoes.
think tanks and like other things that
The
are kind of
vetoes block the accountability.
Yeah.
The UN Security Council cannot. If the UN Security Council, the 15 rotating members,
yeah.
if they could just say this is international law, the Korean War was actually a UN police action, and it's an armistice. That DMZ is live, and so what we need is for the
Yeah, it is
UN
live.
to go and get some of these war criminals in Moscow.
Yeah.
And so
Yeah.
I have Russian brothers in the Ukrainian Foreign Legion.
Really.
Remember the conscription and 100,000 guys just walked out of Russia?
Yeah.
Some of those guys were veterans.
Wow.
So I promised the Russians, one day I'll be in St. Petersburg and we'll have vodka and herring outside the Hermitage.
Fuck yeah.
Mm-hmm.
So that's Russian history.
Yeah.
Coups, civil wars,
Mm-hmm.
Putin. Watch season 7 of Homeland.
I've heard that's a really good show.
That's a great
especially
show.
For espionage and everything else.
Episode 3, season 7. When you go against your intelligence,
Homeland.
it doesn't work out for you.
Mm.
Kennedy threw the CIA under the bus because of the Bay of Pigs.
Yeah.
Oswald, they had a folder on him. How is he walking around when the president's in Dallas?
Mm.
Never go against your intelligence.
Never. Unless that's the point, right?
So Putin fired 130 intelligence officers because he thought it was going to be done in 3 days. So,
But he was paranoid too, wasn't he?
he's always paranoid.
Yeah.
The issue is the oligarchs lost their yachts.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's money. You fire 130 intelligence officers, that's means.
Mm.
So they're going to have a coup, or he's going to be assassinated. That's the only way this ends, because right now in Ukraine, 70% of Ukraine doesn't have heat,
Damn.
and
Yeah.
it's 5 degrees.
Yeah.
Fuck.
They have
And
electricity.
that's a huge country too.
They have electricity for 2 hours.
Yeah.
One of my docs, he stays at the hospital because he doesn't have heat at home.
Mm.
He works 72 hours a week, caring for Ukrainian soldiers.
Yeah.
Wow.
And so, what the work I do in Ukraine is,
And you're gonna be there soon, right?
I leave on 31st. We
Damn.
do PTSD resourcing. So,
Mm.
as a soldier, the VA and the PTSD Center in Palo Alto, we're experts in PTSD. So, take some of our PTSD resources and translate into Ukrainian.
Yeah.
So,
Wow.
our app is already in Ukrainian. Now we take the PTSD Bible, written by 2 Vietnam vets, with a 50-year perspective on PTSD, and make that in Ukrainian. So every soldier through the military chaplain gets the app, gets the book. When this war ends, you don't go home and hit the bottle, hit your wife, and end up in jail.
No.
Yeah.
Wow.
So So the trauma recovery work we're doing here,
Yeah.
Annunciation, 34th in Portland, 24th in Lindale, it's local and global trauma recovery resourcing.
It's the same methods.
Yeah.
Whether you're here or in the Ukraine. So what are your bachelor's degrees in?
Psychology, master's psychology, and then I did a divinity degree.
Which one?
Divinity, master's divinity. If you want to be a pastor, you have to do a master's divinity.
Oh, I see.
Divinity.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
The
And
higher power
yeah.
speaking.
And then
yeah.
other question. So you're employed by the U.S. military?
No, you can't have active U.S. in Ukraine.
Okay.
So I'm a PTSD consultant
Consultant.
that works with the NGOs and Ukraine Defense Forces. A lot of my colleagues are military chaplains.
Mm-hmm.
So if you have military chaplains who are PTSD resource, when a soldier comes to them, this is PTSD, and here's, they have some tools in the toolbox.
And you were a military chaplain
Army.
before?
No, I was just air defense.
Air defense, okay.
Mm.
And
So-
then now you're consultant.
I'm more on the PTSD because
Focus on that. You have the degrees to back that up.
when I was
too.
there in March 22, we had U.S. training Ukraine outside Lviv, about hour from Poland border.
Mm-hmm.
Someone told the media where the Americans were training. Ballistic missile from the Black Sea. So a lot of the guys that I was hoping to work with,
Yeah.
they bounced.
They're
They're like,
fuck
if you're not going to keep discipline and you're going to give up a location,
Yeah.
we're going home. So in May 22, they hacked the Ukraine Defense website.
Whoa.
They have the list of all the Americans. Remember the deck of cards in Iraq?
No.
They had a deck of cards of the high valuables from the Ba'athist military.
Oh, wow.
They have a deck of cards on Americans.
Explain what that deck of cards means.
It's like a hit list?
Like, is it like a hit list?
It's a kidnap list.
Mm.
So the Americans who are working with Ukrainians,
Yeah.
the Ukrainian spies get a bounty if they capture Americans and send them over. So I stay away from the front line. I stay in Kyiv, and I do more consulting and resourcing.
Yeah.
I can't be anywhere near the front line because I'm on that list.
You're a card.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
God damn.
So
For the Russians?
yeah, they have a list of all the Americans who actually worked supporting Ukraine.
Yeah.
And so that gets me to this point about how how do you take down a king, right? You can't actually really usually take the king down, like we were talking about, but it's about the structures and removing the structures,
Yeah.
taking out the person that feeds the king, taking out the person who wakes the king up, the doctor of the king, etc. Instead of going for that, top. So it's like that's what they're doing with you. You're providing psychological support to this country that they want to take over, so that boom, can't have anybody having any comfort, more psychological operation, more death, etc.
The thing I want to flag is in July 22, we told Zelensky 2 of your cabinet officials and everyone underneath them are spies. They're working for Russia.
Yeah.
So 651 spies in Kyiv.
Yeah.
I fled Kyiv so freaking fast.
When you heard that,
I didn't show my passport. I showed a picture of the spokesperson for Ukraine Defense Forces at every checkpoint. I'm not showing you my passport because I don't know who's who anymore. But you want him to call you?
Yeah.
Leave me alone. I got back to Lviv in 7.5 hours, or sorry, 7 hours.
Yeah.
We shaved off an hour and a half of the travel because I had to get the hell out of there.
wow.
So my point is that there's spies in Ukraine, there's spies in the U.S.
Yeah.
Do you remember when there was a Russian bomb threat on the Pride here?
Recently,
2 prides ago.
I think so. Yeah.
Out of all the prides across the country,
Yeah.
why would the Russians be doing a bomb threat on a Pride festival here?
Because there's the most Ukraine. We have a very large Ukrainian population here.
I called the Ukrainian embassy
Yeah.
with a tip about a Russian spy in Minnesota.
Mm.
What?
They said, thank you, we'll take it from here.
Mm.
That's why they targeted our Pride.
Because the spy got compromised, probably, right?
This spy got taken care of.
And so they were like, "Oh hell no!"
So Sheriff Witt told me, Howard, stop pissing people off. So I have fun with Putin. All of his psych ops. Here's what I'm bringing to Minnesota.
Yes.
There's a beer called the Putin Huyo. And it's from Pravda Brewery in Lviv. The poster is a naked emperor on the throne with his foreign minister, with his Putin yes man that fled to Moscow.
It's on the bottle?
Yeah, it's on the label.
Yeah, on the label.
And Putin Huyo means Putin's a dickhead. So when we sell that beer in the U.S.,
Yeah.
just like the lights of Broadway going purple are going to freak Trump out, when we sell the Putin Huyo in Minnesota,
Yeah.
that's my answer to him doing a bomb threat on our Pride Festival.
This game of chess, man.
It's
Howie
fun.
Howard, the fucking chess master. Dude.
Play chess, not checkers.
Can I ask, how did you find out you were on that hit list? Like what came about for that
What
to
intel?
happen? Yeah.
All my guys were leaving. The same thing that happened in March.
So all of your constituents,
All the guys
that
I
you
work
had.
with,
Yeah.
Like
Left
basically
and
people in your
marked.
same
Coworkers,
position.
yeah.
It's like, oh, obviously I'm on the same list because
they're Foreign Legion volunteers.
Interesting.
And so the Foreign Legion volunteers,
But how did they find out?
it got leaked, right? You said this database got leaked.
then
too.
they knew that it was hacked and that they got the file of all the Americans. And then they started saying, any American is a mercenary, you will be executed. Timing of it.
Yeah.
You got the file, and now you're saying that we're mercenaries and we're going to be executed if we're captured?
Mm.
And did you ended up getting some intel at that time from like U.S. military or not? Not really.
It's classified. That stuff, I mean, but
Can't talk about
my
that.
volunteers that were leaving saying, you're in that folder.
Right.
We're leaving. We don't suggest you continue going forward. I was in Poland. I'm like, I have to go
Yeah. It was too hot in that moment.
because it was May 22, and in
Of
March,
22.
I called it because we had all these folks going through one train station. There's 10 million Ukrainians that have left, but in the initial months, it was millions of people moving through one train station in Lviv. And I told them, I told the Polish Red Cross, I told the Ukrainian Defense Forces, you put all those people in one train station,
Yeah.
he's a terrorist. You're making a target.
Yeah.
Spread them out, put them on buses, evasive. You can't hit a bus. A train,
Easy.
you
know
can
where
do
it's going.
you can do the speed and velocity and location. You can time the missile just to hit when the train runs in the station. So I told him, your evacuation protocol is not safe. So
You told the Ukrainian government that
yeah, and the Polish Red Cross.
and the Polish Red Cross.
So my hero of Lviv, Vladimir, and his business bus company, we moved 50,000 Ukrainians by bus instead of train.
Spread out.
Yep.
Yeah.
Different border stations.
Different routes.
Go up, Ravaruska, get away from the train stations,
Yeah.
get away from the bus terminals.
Yeah.
He's a terrorist.
Yeah.
He targets the electrical grid. He targets transit centers. That's why when Putin, through Trump, have elections, you put all these Ukrainians in line at a polling station,
They're just targets.
that's why you don't have elections during a war.
That's
So for
crazy.
our president to be that inept
Yeah.
and that compromised,
Yeah.
to be asking Ukrainians to put themselves in a bullseye,
Jesus.
it's all incompetent yes men. All the professionals that worked in his first term that he promised were going to pay their legal bills.
Sorry, whose term are we talking about?
Trump's first term,
Trump's
he
first
told all
term.
these people,
Yeah.
we're going to raise money for your legal bills. Don't worry about it. They had to file bankruptcy. You don't think people
Or
in
like the
D.C.
people
talk?
that worked for him
Yeah.
that did crime.
The professionals that worked for him end up having to file bankruptcy because of his administration.
Because he was breaking the law so much using people and everybody's breaking the law by proxy. And it's like, he's like, no, don't worry, I got you. And he just didn't have them.
So the professionals in D.C. are like, I ain't working for you.
Right.
I heard what you did to the professionals your first term.
Right.
And that's why we have Dr. Oz.
Yeah, it's all incompetent yes men.
Yeah.
The professionals are like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
It's scary.
Is it time
Yeah.
for the 25th Amendment? The removal of a president because of unable to perform
their duties.
I
Yeah.
think it's going to be impeachment this time
A third impeachment?
because the midterms. What's the history of midterms? The party of outside the executive. It's
They're
like
not an
another check and
incumbent, right?
balance.
Yeah.
So the Americans and the independents
We're gonna vote
are
Democrat.
going to vote Democrat, and so so Kristi Noem's going to be impeached. Trump's going to face impeachment. We need special counsels.
He already said that too. He said,
Yeah.
we're in, like I will get impeached.
Well, what he's going to do is he's going to declare martial law, because when he was next to Zelensky,
Yeah.
he said, "Oh, you can declare martial law during a war."
And not have elections.
He's literally like so transparent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he's so stupid, and that's why we pray it's not going to work.
He's like that guy in, a classroom that's like trying to cheat off of you,
Trying to be
like
sneaky.
looking over, trying to be sneaky is like,
Your orange
I
buffoon
like this. This is good.
writing the same thing that someone wrote. Yeah.
I mean, look at everything he said.
Yeah.
He said, "I'm going to be a dictator day one. There's going to be a night of purge.
Only on day one.
We're having the night of purge right now."
Yeah.
Everything he's said to his people.
He's pretty gone
This is the
through.
last time you're going to have to vote again.
He said that shit. He said, vote for me and you don't have to fucking vote again.
And it's fraud elections. It's the mail-in votes. Votes.
I
fraud.
heard something about if he declares martial law before the end of this month, then they will cancel the midterms.
Yeah.
By technicality.
So Greenland?
Yeah. So he wants a war.
Yeah.
Minneapolis, Greenland.
The movie that people should watch again is Wag the Dog.
Wag the dog.
In 1999, Monica Lewinsky scandal.
Mm.
He was impeached for getting some head.
Yeah. Like, all the French are like, really?
Yeah.
He's French. Look at his fucking
Like,
outfit.
everybody knows, like, okay, that's just my little,
Yeah. Like, obviously.
taking care of my knees kind of thing,
Well, Trump's cheating with that one of those aides, too, I heard. One of the blonde ones.
Right.
But the thing about
Beside the
Wag the
point.
Dog is
Yeah,
that
please.
he was in a crisis, so he went into Serbia and bombed Serbia in 1999. What people don't realize is that the lower Duma in Moscow declared war on the U.S.
Mm.
because of his Wag the Dog.
In 99.
Sorry, who's that though?
Clinton.
Bill
No,
Clinton.
the Duma.
The Duma, there's a upper and lower house of the Russian parliament.
Yeah.
The lower Duma declared war on the U.S. for us doing that airstrike on Serbia.
Gotcha.
Which is in Russia.
Serbia is in Yugoslavia, and they were going through, the ethnic cleansing of
That's
Serbs.
not Siberia. You're thinking of Siberia.
Serbia is Slavic, and they align with Moscow.
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
So when we attack Serbia, and we're almost on the verge of war with Russia over that, Wag the Dog,
Wag the dog.
that movie is based on that geopolitical situation that came out of the Clinton Monica Lewinsky. Watch the movie Wag the Dog,
Wag the dog.
because the war that's coming,
Yeah.
Venezuela, Greenland,
That's
this is all Wag the Dog because of Epstein.
Epstein.
He's wagging the dog because he's got a scandal, and it's like,
Scandal that could see him being removed, right?
so these wars could be about midterms, or it could be about Wag the Dog because of the Epstein file. But
Or both.
he's shucking and jiving because he knows he's in
Yeah.
trouble.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, the
he's-
Epstein file's gotta be bad, right?
He's just going to war just to be like, all right, we gotta just deflect
Just
everything.
anything at this point. I think it's desperation for sure.
I mean, I've had this theory for a while that I think like within the next like week we'll see like actual full on action in Iran, and in that kind of like news haze of all that, I think we'll probably see action here too.
And
Well,
then
'cause-
martial law.
Because Russia and China and North Korea are waiting for him to take that bait
Yeah,
to move on Iran or to touch those Palestinians.
so they can Taiwan or
Yeah.
whatever. Yeah.
So the chess game that China's playing is bog us down in Eastern Europe, in the Middle East.
yeah.
We don't have the bandwidth for Taiwan.
We can't be in all these freaking places, man. And all the wars we're against are against countries that don't even have armies,
I remember watching this documentary. I was sick a few weeks ago, and I watched this documentary about basically all of like the rise of like the USSR and specifically like Stalin. And he never thought that Russia would be invaded because he knew him and Hitler read the same book about like the arts of like war and stuff like that. How you can't be fighting multiple different wars and go to fight another war, right? And stretch yourself like too thin. And when he heard the news that they were like going to be invaded, he didn't believe it.
Do you know why Germany did that?
No, why?
Ukraine. The breadbasket of the world.
Yeah.
Ukraine's resources.
Yeah. All
their
the
soil.
Everybody wants Ukraine.
So originally they carved up Poland.
Yeah.
And they agreed, like, this is our 2-year non-aggression pact, and you get this side, I get this side.
Mm.
Once you whet someone's appetite,
Yeah, they want more.
and when it's empire, and it's the tectonic plates of empires,
Yeah.
once you're in empire mode,
Just
the sphere of influence,
expanding out.
you're
Yeah.
always wanting more and more and more.
Yeah.
It's like a hamster wheel. It's like, once you get the taste for it,
Yeah.
you're going to keep, and then...
Well, and especially you're trying to build resources, like oil and everything else to sustain.
Yeah, Ukraine's
yourself.
got a lot of stuff, including a lot of these bio labs with a lot of research.
the minerals.
And the minerals.
Yeah.
The minerals was like, oh, you're going to come in and you're going to, like, take over the minerals of Ukraine.
Yeah.
And that's the very resources they need to rebuild their country.
Yeah.
I mean, so Zelensky is Churchill. Trump is Chamberlain. Appeasing again.
Yeah.
And you appease long enough. And now that you've done the Greenland and Venezuela, you don't have any leverage. Globally, you don't have leverage.
Yeah.
You're alienating yourself from NATO.
Yep.
I wouldn't be surprised if U.S. gets kicked out of NATO.
Yeah.
That there's a European
If
NATO.
they take Greenland.
Yeah, if you touch Greenland,
Well, even before that.
Yeah.
but that's what he'll do is he'll do that to get us out of NATO because that's what Putin wants.
Yeah.
That's the
but-
collusion.
Because
But
then
also,
you don't have to
Trump-
protect.
Trump doesn't even like NATO.
He's undermined NATO the whole time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he wants a Nobel Peace Prize when he's creating the conditions for World War III.
Yeah. Right.
The thing that pissed me off the most, though, was Musk,
Yeah.
a white South African who's cutting all of our U.S. aid,
Yep.
Talk about it, sister.
who's like, you're white South African. You cut the best program we had in AIDS in Africa.
Mm.
The emergency plan for AIDS in Africa in 20 years, they saved 25 million lives
Yeah.
from the antiretroviral generics instead of the brand name.
Because it's waste.
We're going to lose 500,000 children.
Yeah.
Millions of Africans are going to die again
Yeah.
because of our greed.
But that's what they want, though. And I argue that the white supremacy is population control.
Yeah.
And so get rid of anyone, and then the breeding can go back to white, etc., bro.
Look at what the Portuguese and the Spanish did with the disease blankets.
Disease blankets, yeah.
95% of Aztecs and Incas were wiped out because they used germ warfare on native people.
And
So
is
this
back then,
idol
too.
tribe. So in 1492, when Columbus was coming here, the Spanish crown sent Columbus to the New World looking for booty for another crusade. So we're back to the Christian crusades. That nationalism, that Zionism, it's Christian crusader mentalities.
Yeah.
So his Muslim band, Sydney, the hero of Sydney, was a Syrian refugee. The verse,
Yeah.
the verse in
that's
the
right.
Bible I go to
The
is
one that stopped that shooting?
Hebrews 13:2. Be kind to the stranger because you could be entertaining angels unaware.
Wow.
So all this anti-immigrant stuff.
Yeah.
I mean, 1951 we signed the Geneva Convention. Our U.S. Senate ratified it.
Yeah.
That we have asylum processes and protections. If you come here and declare asylum, there's a process to be protected,
Right.
to be heard.
Yeah.
Because we turned away the St. Louis. That boat full of Jewish refugees, some of them died in the Holocaust.
Didn't we send Jews back to the Holocaust? That's crazy. I'm saying we know United States.
St. Louis was like...
Was that the one?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
So to go back to the St. Louis, to go back to internment camps, all the racism that we should have learned from,
Yeah.
we're returning back to it because that
That's the
idol
argument,
tribe.
yeah, that we're going backwards. Back to
So he's burning the books, just like
Yeah.
Fahrenheit 451.
great book. Everybody read Fahrenheit 451, 1984.
He literally called the Stars and Stripes woke. Voice of America's gone. You attack NPR. You attack PBS.
Charlie Kirk's gone.
Yeah. You put your name on the Kennedy Center.
Yeah.
God damn.
I mean,
It's amazing he still kept Kennedy on that center.
What do you think about that ballroom? Do you build a ballroom that's not going to be done till the end of your term if you are planning on leaving?
Well, you got 350 million worth of the plane. Now you got all these donors giving 350 million to remodel the White House.
Yeah.
Isn't it going to be a bunker? Isn't it going to be like a sheltered down army base? Like
he's
for
just-
Trump to fucking be in the fucking
He's
basement.
putting his imprint on everything because he's still operating like he's Trump Tower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, the one that I want before we end, I want to.
Yeah.
The next time someone burns a Quran, I want people to go on the internet. Don't buy it and benefit him,
Yeah.
but find every used Trump Bible that's out there
A used Trump Bible, yeah.
and have Trump Bible burning parties.
I think there's probably a couple used ones out there that someone would sell. I feel like.
We
Yeah.
should be burning the Trump Bible because it's an abomination that his name is on a Bible.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's the most unchristian president.
Literally, arguably a satanic. Like how. I mean, I don't know Christianity that well like you, but Satan like disguises and deceives, right?
Yeah.
I mean, I don't want to come at Christianity, but the Bible's the number one selling book in the world. And then they talk about money is the root of all evil, and it's like it's been weaponized, right? And it's been translated so many times, like the original scrolls and everything.
People try to pimp religion.
Yeah.
Just like Hitler tried to take over the German church.
Just like Israel tries to use,
Putin's taking over the Russian Orthodox Church.
Judaism.
Yeah.
And now Trump is selling his own Bible.
So we're gonna burn Trump Bibles and Trump steaks at the same time.
Cook them like barbecue.
You
can barbecue the Trump steak over the Trump Bible.
And I'll be wearing the Trump shoes.
So Sinclair Lewis, it can't happen here.
Yeah.
In the 1930s, during the Depression, they had these theater programs. They had all these programs to help people work. And one night in the U.S., 31 cities aired It Can't Happen Here.
And this was back then?
Yeah. And Sinclair Lewis called it, when fascism comes to America, the Bible and the flag. He sells the Bible, and he wants to ban
and he
burn the
desecrates
flag.
on the fucking flag. Yeah.
He wants to ban flag
what it
burning.
stands for, which is First Amendment 101.
We take an oath to the Constitution, not to a person.
Any active military listening, and everybody already knows that.
Yeah.
Do not follow unlawful orders.
Well, Senator Kelly, facing being court-martialed for saying the facts.
That's just facts.
So that's what a dictator does is they burn the books. They want to control the truth. So what happens when
the truth they can't control?
Yeah. But what I like about
social.
postmodernism is truth is your truth, small t. There's not as many capital T's anymore.
Facts.
And with the technology and the internet, there's so many small t's.
So many. So
that he thinks he can control the t's, when in reality, with social media and things like, so I say we're in an episode of Star Wars. The Jedis are here, the journalists, the lawyers, some politicians. Omar's a Jedi, Ellison's a Jedi, and the stormtroopers, Sanders. I give him a fist bump in the elevator at the Capitol.
Oh, hell yeah.
I said, "Thank you for being the progressive voice."
Fuck.
And his staffer just looked at me like, "We're on our way." I'm like, "That's just a fist bump. I'm not like, bending your ear. Just give me."
Punch him.
But the progressives need to shine and stop diluting.
Yeah.
And that's our problem, is that the money, and so the limousine Democrats always trump the progressives, and too many Democrats end up being, like Republican light.
Yeah.
Exactly.
Would you say that's like the biggest problem facing the Democratic Party?
It's the money.
Is that
the money?
It's the money that's needed. So we need campaign reform.
Yeah.
So remember Obama warned us about Citizens United?
Yeah.
And Samuel Alito shook his face as a president in the middle of a State of the Union. Watch that clip. I've never seen a Supreme Court justice go. Like, who does that? Like, the generals in the Supreme Court is like a blank slate.
Yeah.
You have no reaction.
As it should be with the military,
But this Supreme Court justice is, so Obama warned us, Citizens United, dark money is going to people's campaign coffers.
Yeah. And Sanders was big voice on that too.
Russian oligarchs are funding the Republicans who don't stand with Ukraine because they're getting paid by Moscow. So everyone's in for it. So that's why I'm jaded. Like, DC
That's
is
the
a
only
shit
reason why
show.
you're jaded?
It's a shit show.
Would you ever run for office?
If I ran for office, I end up getting like in that mud.
Yeah.
But I mean, I want to support a candidate.
Yeah.
And I want to support someone in a committee.
And the community, as you already do.
Yeah.
I feel like you've saved a lot of lives.
Because I'm guessing you feel like you have more important work outside of just being like a public
A talking head in politics.
representative.
I
more or less.
ran for mayor because I felt like Fry.
Of where?
Minneapolis.
Minneapolis.
Because I felt Fry was so alienated from the Somali community.
Yeah.
His Gaza resolution, his Uber Lyft ordinance veto, and then the botched Somalia trip, where he and O'Hara were supposed to go and they canceled it at the last minute. So I asked Osman, the only Somali council member in Minneapolis. We have 7 sister cities. One of them is in Somalia. I want to go to Somalia with Osman, and I want him to lead Mayor Fry, because that's how it should have been the first time.
Yeah.
Because the president of Somalia told Fry, Osman's not coming, because they're from different tribes.
Oh.
That created fission between the Somali tribes.
Wow.
That the only Somali council member is not being part of a trip to Somalia.
Yeah.
So how we fix it? We go back to the sister city, Basaso, let Osman lead it, and let Fry learn about Somalia from our Somali council member.
Wow.
That'd
be good.
That's how you accompany. That's how you be an ally.
Yeah.
You don't take over their voice. You amplify their voice, but it's their voice. And too many progressive whites have this Santa Claus white savior blind spot.
Yeah.
When I was in Nebraska, I had a progressive white woman who said, well, they can't speak English, so I speak for them. I'm like, get an interpreter.
Literally.
That you would take over their voice.
take their voice
Yeah.
for convenience.
Yeah. And so
That's crazy.
I was running through Nebraska with a lesbian Latina lawyer with the Mexican American Defense League finding plaintiffs to stop the Arizona law from spreading to Nebraska. My favorite moment in Fremont, hour out of Lincoln, the white nationalists were throwing beer cans and spitting at Latinos that came in from the trailer park
Christ.
to go shopping. And so we're finding plaintiffs. And there's a Latino family running a store, and I asked her, like, are you afraid being here in Fremont? You know what this little 14-year-old lioness said? I'm not afraid. I know God's on my side.
Wow.
It took everything in my being not to break down and cry. That this little girl is so strong. So that's my hope. That's my hope in the struggle that we're in. That we're gonna stay nonviolent. It's gonna be a revolution, just like Bull Connor and the dogs and the hoses and Birmingham, just like the Selma moment.
Yeah.
I think Minneapolis is gonna be a watershed moment for a nonviolent revolution in our country. That's when I said Prince called it a long time ago.
Yeah.
It's not violent.
But it is a revolution.
Yep.
Wow. Dude, Howard, you're a star, man. I think you've saved a lot of people's lives. Before we get out of here, we are almost at the 1 hour 30, which this has been amazing. It's been flying by.
Yeah.
I usually try to, ask, what would you recommend to listeners? What's your mantra? What keeps you happy? What keeps you going every day? Whether it's a prayer, meditation, or a mindset, anything that you can
my slogan,
recommend.
Out of tragedy comes hope.
Out of tragedy.
No matter how dark it is, there's always light. And light shines brightest when it's darkest. So we're the North Star, and we're going to shine our light, and we're going to get through this.
So understanding that out of tragedy comes
hope.
And then the light is brightest in the dark.
So for Christians, we talk about the Calvary moment, and we talk about the birth moment, is nativity. So there's Calvary moments that are man-made. We have a man-made Calvary right now, but there's Good Friday. But for every Good Friday, there's an Easter Sunday. And so you go from Calvary to Easter sunrises. And so that you hold on to that rope of hope, that out of this tragedy is going to come hope. There's going to be an Easter sunrise in time.
Love that. It's fucking amazing, man. Ben, anything else? Any final questions? Anything that you want to get off your mind before we?
I do have a few questions here. I was just kind of curious.
Howard,
Do you speak any other languages at all?
I studied 5 languages.
Yeah.
And enough like tourist to intermediate. And now that we have Google Translator and I have interpreters with me, I just find someone who's bilingual, or sometimes the kids translate for the parents.
What are those languages that you do at least dabble in?
Well, I studied Kiswahili in Kenya.
Okay.
I studied Spanish in college.
Hola.
Arabic because of the work in Lebanon, Jordan.
Nice.
Yeah.
So what we're doing with the different languages is like wherever there's a conflict zone, the same app that we developed in Spanish, PTSD Coach app, we're developed in Ukrainian. Now we're developing in Arabic.
Yeah.
And what's fun is when I do ESL with Ukrainians, they teach me Ukrainian and they learn English.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm learning Ukrainian as they're learning English.
Wow.
And so the assignment is to pick your favorite poem or song and write an essay about what it means to you and to Ukraine. And then they work on their pronunciation.
Yeah.
And they learn their English by translating it. So that's my favorite assignment for my ESL students.
That's pretty fire.
Yeah.
I love that. Hell yeah. Sir, any final grievances, thoughts? Fuck the system.
I want to see a film festival where we have Fahrenheit 451. It can happen here in 1984.
Yeah.
And just have a
film
festival. Like, everyone come together and like, hey.
And it's an educational moment for us all.
That's a really freaking good idea.
It's a freedom school.
Yeah.
Because we were warned in college about this. We read these dystopias in college.
Read these books.
Yeah.
And now we're here. So let's.
Now we're here.
And people aren't going to take the time to read it.
No.
But if we have a film festival and just have like.
You sell booze.
Yeah.
No, maybe not.
But that reminds people like we were warned. We're here.
Yeah.
Let's push back.
Yeah.
And so that when he's trying to control everything and defund everything, that's how we take our agency back, by having our own film festival.
Dude, we have to keep remembering this stuff because, like, once everybody that was in World War II dies off, it's just going to happen again because everybody forgot. Nobody was there unless you were there. Then you remember. But if you weren't there, you don't remember.
Oh, in the book burning and DEI, those are the books that they're blocking from being in the libraries and being read.
That's just insane, bro.
So we have a film festival.
Well, I mean, there's so many books in schools now that are, quote, banned books.
Yeah.
Too
because
woke.
because the main character happens to have
is just
gay lover.
It's so funny, just the progression of like where conservatives have gone, from being like hyper conspiratorial towards so many different things, and having their own like woke sense, being like the government's doing this, and then it's like switched to now they're the exact hypocrite and opposite of that.
Right.
He began his re-election in Waco.
Sheep. Yeah.
On the anniversary of the Branch Davidian raid.
Yeah.
One of his last rallies was at Madison Square Garden, one of the largest Nazi rallies.
Yeah.
So the reason they're no longer anti-government is because they're in the government.
That's right.
Yeah.
They're the ICE agents.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's why they're wearing masks.
Yeah, they're wearing masks asking for your ID and your name.
They're wearing masks because if they show their face, we can do the facial recognition to see who was January 6ers inside ICE.
Literally, yeah. I'm going to start wearing a mask. I don't want them to have me in their Palantir database.
They already got you, man.
Fuck.
Big Brother's out there.
Yeah.
Is Big Brother in the room right now?
Because like I saw a video today talking about like how ICE is using like Palantir systems and whatnot, and they're using like data both from health services and also social media data that gets bought and sold. So it's like it's more or less like tracking where you're going and
if you're going to be home and all that.
Yeah.
Now, and we're in communist China now. It might as well be. You got the confidence score too on that app that they're using.
I mean, and
everybody got a score.
You think about it too, is like your data is public relatively in some sort of database. So like your
Instagram's free because you're the product.
Yeah, but like your driver's license to your
My
license
work just
plate.
had all of our I-9s subpoenaed by ICE.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Yeah, bro. So it's like It's insane.
But go back to 1965 Johnson,
Yes.
Civil Rights Act, Voting Rights Act. Johnson said, we just gave the South to the Republicans. It's called GOP Southern Strategy. They said the South will rise again.
They did.
So that poison fruit, the GOP Southern Strategy, Christian nationalism, Christian Zionism, we're here.
Yeah. And that's how you started.
Proud Boys, Oath Boys,
yeah.
Proud Boys, Oath Keepers.
Yeah.
That's why Trump is the Grand Wizard of the KKK.
Yeah.
He's leading the white nationalism. The first thing he said when he came down the escalator 10 years ago, he called all Mexican rapists and drug dealers.
Yeah.
I knew he was a white nationalist then, and he's only shown himself
Even more.
true.
White supremacy, man, is another root of all evil, man.
That idol of tribe came on the Mayflower. That idol of tribe, the same year that the Pilgrims left Holland, the Afrikaners left for South Africa. The same year. That's the dark side of Calvinism. When you think you're the chosen people and you can't see the image of God in every human being,
Everyone.
that's dangerous. That's the idol of tribe. That's our original sin.
Yeah.
And to return to our original sin again, after everything we've been through,
Everything.
it's a freaking Greek tragedy.
Christ.
Sorry to leave, but that's where you got to confront the idols.
Yeah.
You confront the idol of tribe, the idol of the dollar, the idol of the gun, and we use the Bible because Trump sells a Bible. So we actually take from the thing he's selling to deconstruct the golden calf that he is.
Beautifully stated. Yeah. I think that sounds like a plan. That sounds like a good plan. And we lead with peace. You know,
We cook steaks above the Trump Bible.
Above the Trump Bible. Ladies and gentlemen, you heard it here first. Get your used Trump Bible on eBay. Don't buy a new one. You don't want to make that man any more rich. But if you buy the Trump crypto, though, I mean, that's a good investment. Outside of politics and everything. No, I'm just kidding, guys. Fuck World Liberty Mutual. Or whatever his fucking coin is.
Yeah.
Dude. Well, this has been insightful.
Yeah,
I hope
extremely.
people can look stuff up, as they're listening and go back and all these dates. And what a great conversation, Howard.
Thank you for having me.
Dude, thanks for coming on here.
Awesome.
Man. Howard Dotson. Look him up, read his stuff, support. We'll put his links in the bottom, his PayPal or whatever, if you want to buy him a cup of coffee.
So there's 5 letters in the Washington Post. There's 2 letters in the New York Times.
2 letters in the New York Times.
Nice.
We'll put the links then for sure.
I asked Strib to give me a column.
Yeah.
Let me write a weekly column.
Yeah.
Dude.
And if I did that, then they don't have a religion reporter.
Mm-hmm.
And everything going on and the diversity of the Twin Cities.
Yeah.
How can you not have a religion reporter?
You should do your own Substack too or something too like that.
That would be good.
My favorite journalist, Jonathan Cho from Fox 9, he said, Howard, I want you to be a citizen journalist. Stop asking us to do the stories. Make your own stories.
It's a good fucking point, man.
Yeah.
That's why we'd have this podcast. Nobody would interview us. They're like, we're going to interview people.
Exactly.
Yeah.
I wish you well on your interviews.
Dude, thanks
Thank
for
you.
blessing this podcast, man.
Yeah.
Shout out Howard. Almost spicy.
07 and we'll watch them fall.
Hell yeah.
It just plays as we're like,
Yeah. Just going out. Yeah.
we cut this audio and just have that.
Yeah.
Ben.
Yes.
Francisco, I'm just saying our names.
Oh, okay. Right.
Howard, thank you so much.
Yeah. Thank
Live
y'all.
From the Revolution, Minneapolis, Minnesota. We're out.
Peace and love, y'all.